Ethan Turner recently moved in with his old high school friend, Stefan Gray, in the big city of Chicago, Illinois. They were both from the small town of Taylorville, and growing up, Ethan had always dreamt of starting a career and a life in the city. It was, however, Stefan who moved to Chicago first. But just a few years later, Ethan too made his way, and his old friend Stefan was happy to help out. So what are your plans? Well, I applied to a few companies. Hopefully I'll be hearing from at least one, but until then, I guess I'll have to get a job. Alright, I think I can help you with that. Stefan worked as a manager at the BII Silvergate Hotel. He was making a decent amount of money, living in a cozy apartment, and life was good for him. Within a week, he was able to help Ethan get a job at a sporting goods store. And once Ethan started working, making his own money, the days were going by just fine. The friends often hung out at the bar across the street, catching up on the old days. But as exciting as the first month went by, when Ethan hadn't gotten any replies from any company, he started to get impatient and frustrated. Dude, I can't explain how irritating it is to work at that store. I have a degree, I don't want to be doing this. Well, boy do I have good news for you. What news? My supervisor called in sick? Stefan chuckled as he waved the letter from BII Global. You got the job. What? Really? Ethan quickly skimmed through the letter. I'm a marketing manager? Bro, I don't know how to thank you. None of this would have been possible without you. Are you getting all emotional? Come on, we gotta celebrate. The treat is on you tonight. That night, Ethan and Stefan planned to party hard at this new club in the Loop. Dude, look at her, she's gorgeous. Stefan peered a glance at this beautiful young woman. She looked amazing. Her eyes, her hair, her style, anyone who would look at her once would stop to look again. Wish me luck, I'm gonna go. Well, dude, she's a perfect 10, and you're at best a 7. She's out of your league. Please. Ethan got up and ruffled up his hair. If you're rating looks, I might be a 7. But if you rate me on charm, bro, I'll break the scale. Ethan walked across the floor and leaned on the counter right next to her. Hello, he said with a smirk. Were you checking me out? The young woman raised her brow and smiled. Are you sure I was looking at you? Well, now that we're both looking at each other, how about I buy you a drink? Smooth. Ethan ushered the bartender just when the young woman grabbed her purse and got up. That's all right. I was about to leave. What happened in there, Mr. Scalebreaker? That was embarrassing. Lucky for you, I was there to bring you out before you made a fool out of yourself after all those drinks. Are you sure we're not too late for that? I don't remember much of anything after the 9th shot. Unfortunately, the night didn't turn out as Ethan expected, and instead, both the guys just got wasted. Dropped by BII Burgers later that night, because when all else went wrong, at least you still had food. The next morning, Ethan had the worst hangover possible. He pulled himself out of bed to make a hot cup of coffee when the bell suddenly rang. Still in a haze, he opened the door to see a beautiful girl waiting for him. Another perfect 10? He murmured a bit too loud. The girl raised her brow and stared at him. What? Is Stefan here? You're looking for Stefan? Yes, I'm his sister. Ethan suddenly came to his senses. Sarah? I almost didn't recognize you. Yes, Ethan, but I recognized you. Now where is Stefan? I need his help. Ethan awkwardly chuckled. He was about to hit on this girl. Come in. I think he's still sleeping after last night. Well, there's nothing like pouring out a cold glass of water. This was Sarah Gray, Stefan's younger sister. She recently moved to the city and enrolled into college. She was staying at the dorm and for the most part doing good on her own. But whenever she needed help, she came over to meet the big brother. As for Ethan, he had to start work Monday morning. Welcome to BII Global, Mr. Turner. I'm looking forward to working with you. I appreciate that. Thank you, Mr. Richmond. Mr. Richmond, Ethan's boss, was quite impressed with him, and Ethan had no wish to prove him wrong. Only 3 months into working there, Ethan became quite popular and got along well with all his colleagues. Mr. Turner, is your presentation ready? This meeting is top priority. All the company's executives will be there. Yes, Mr. Richmond, I have everything prepared. Ethan was quite excited about the project Mr. Richmond had specifically chosen him for. He went to the conference room, waiting for everyone to arrive, when he suddenly recognized someone familiar among the company's executives. And throughout the presentation, Ethan became a nervous wreck. And seeing the sly smirk on her face, knowing she had recognized him too, didn't make things any better. After the embarrassing meeting, Ethan knew he had to confront her. I'm so sorry about that night, I didn't know. Well, Mr. Turner, now you know. Can this be a little secret of ours? So you don't want me to tell my dad? Your boss? Mr. Richmond is your dad? This was Celine Richmond. She was the only daughter of David Richmond, who had given her a small share of the family company. However, despite her being a shareholder, she wasn't quite involved in the business. She invested herself building a career in the fashion industry, but it seemed that things were soon to change. About a week after the meeting, Mr. Richmond called Ethan over to his office. Mr. Turner, my daughter has suddenly been taking a lot of interest in the business. She's been coming to work more often. Can you take these files to her office? Ethan took the files and hurried to Celine's office. Pretty sure about what was going on, but still a little nervous. Miss Richmond, I have the files for you. There's no one else here, Ethan. You can call me Celine. Anyways, I was wondering if you would like to go out for lunch together? Lunch? Sure. And that's how the love story began, from excuses at work to catching up outside. Soon, Celine and Ethan's relationship progressed, and along with that, so did Ethan's position at the BII Global. In the next 3 months, Ethan had received a big promotion. He was making good money, and finally moved out of Stefan's apartment and rented a nice flat in Lincoln Park. Wow, man, this flat is awesome. This neighborhood is awesome. I know. You do also know what will happen if you upset your boss's daughter. Make sure you don't break her heart. I don't want you to move back in with me. There is no chance for heartbreak. Ethan took out a small box and showed it to Stefan. I'm going to propose to her. Good for you. Good luck, man. After hanging out with Ethan, Stefan returned home. He was happy for Ethan. Although this had a lot to do with Celine, Ethan had earned it too. Ethan is going to propose to his boss's daughter. He's got some luck. What? Really? Yeah, he showed me the ring. On the other hand, Ethan was getting cold feet. But eventually, he built up the courage and popped the question. And to his relief, Celine said yes. The couple got engaged, and in only a matter of weeks, they got married too. I pronounce you husband and wife. Soon after their marriage, on Celine's insistence, the couple bought a luxurious home a bit far from the city, in the quiet town of Braidwood. Ethan launched his own company, and the business turned out to be a success. And it had been 7 years since Ethan and Celine had been happily married. Ethan! You look excited to see me home again.
I have a surprise for you. Remember Stefan couldn't attend our wedding for some family emergency? Guess who came to visit? It's Stefan.
Ethan peered inside to see Stefan. He looks so different now. Stefan. Hello, Ethan. Man, I haven't seen you in so long. He's here after so many years. I'm not going to let him go tonight. Yeah, man, you have to stay. After enjoying dinner, the three friends sat out in the patio under the night skies, having a couple drinks, as they remembered the good old days. We used to sit out on the fire escape in that small apartment. Those were the happiest days of my life. So tell us, Stefan, how have you been? Planning on settling down, Stefan swirled the glass around as he stared at Ethan's reflection. What happened to those days? How did everything change? They all went away with Sarah. He took out a necklace from his pocket, holding the locket in his hands. Do you know what this is, Ethan? Sarah was holding this at the moment of her death. I kept this with me all these years. It took me 7 years to realize what this was. Upon seeing the locket, Ethan suddenly became nervous. All those memories flashed before his eyes. Sarah often came over to Stefan's apartment, and it was over those visits that she and Ethan got to know each other better. Sarah, you're here? Stefan's not home? I think he got caught up on the bus. He'll be home sooner or later. I was actually watching a movie. You want to join? The meetings first happened by chance, but soon enough, Ethan and Sarah started planning to meet, and it wasn't before long that they started to fall for each other. And it was on Ethan's birthday that Sarah surprised him with a gift. I got you something. Now you'll remember me no matter what time it is. You're on my mind all the time already. I actually got something for you too. Wow, it's beautiful, Ethan. Sarah, I think it's best we don't tell Stefan about us. Why not? Are you just having fun with me? No, I'm serious about you, but if Stefan finds out, he's going to be pissed. So until I can take responsibility of you, let's not tell him. Despite being in love with her, Ethan tried to hide the fact that he was in a relationship with Celine as well. But when things got too serious with Celine, Ethan realized it was time he had to break up with Sarah. But what he didn't know was that locket he had gifted to Sarah was where she had kept a sign of their love. Sarah, we shouldn't meet anymore. Why? Why are you doing this? I'm sorry. Sarah was heartbroken when Ethan suddenly broke up with her, but just a week later, she discovered the reason behind it all. Ethan's going to propose to his boss's daughter. He's got some luck. Sarah knew if Ethan had the choice to choose between her and Celine, he would never choose her over marrying his boss's daughter and having his whole life settled. But this couldn't end without answers. So that night, she went to meet Ethan again. You proposed to her a week after you broke up with me, Ethan. You were dating her this whole time. You were cheating on me. I was. That's it? That's all you have to say? I know you love me, and I love you too. So why are you doing this? For money? For your career? You won't understand. And just days later, the BIIPD had recovered her body by Calumet River. Sarah Gray was no more. Stefan suddenly took out his gun, pointing it at Ethan. Why did you kill her? Celine jumped up in shock, not knowing what to do. Stefan, please, don't do this. Stay out of this, Celine. Stefan, it wasn't me. I didn't do this. Fear God, Ethan. Confess before you die. Stefan, I loved Sarah, but I didn't kill her. If you want to shoot me, but I didn't do this. You're a liar. Wait, Stefan, it wasn't him. It was me. I did it. Celine too had realized that Ethan was involved with someone else.
She found out about Sarah, but she didn't think Ethan was serious about her.
He had indeed proposed to her, but soon after, Ethan suddenly became distant. Celine couldn't help but notice he was always occupied in his thoughts about something, about someone. She noticed how much he was attached to a certain watch of his.
That's when she realized it was a gift from Sarah.
What is this old watch you wear all the time? Take it off. Look what I got you. Wow, it's nice. Celine had gotten Ethan that watch, hoping he would put Sarah's one away, but he didn't. That's when Celine started to fear perhaps there was a chance Ethan would choose Sarah over her. And soon enough, Ethan started to have second thoughts. Do you think we're getting married a little early? Maybe we should delay it for a year. What? No, I'm absolutely sure about this. I love you, Ethan. This was when Celine thought it best to talk to Sarah. She got her number and called her up. Hello, is this Sarah? Yes, who is this? This is Celine. Oh, you. I'd like to speak with you. Can we meet? You can come to my dorm. Perhaps somewhere more private. I wanted to talk to you personally. Then we can meet at the park behind the university. I'll be out at 6 tomorrow. It was around 7 the next evening when Celine had met up with Sarah by the cliffside in Huron Pond Park. Say what you want to say. Sarah, you know Ethan proposed to me. I can show you my ring. All I want is for you to move away from our lives. As long as you keep contact with him, you won't be able to move on. Why are you telling me all of this? Why don't you go tell your fiancé? Why don't you try to understand? We're getting married. Sarah smirked. Even if he marries you, he will always have feelings for me. He will always be thinking about me because he loves me, and he'll never feel about you the way he feels about me. No, he will be mine.
Sarah accidentally fell off the cliff that lonely dark evening by Calumet River.
And let this be a secret she wanted to keep in the depths of her heart, that she could have saved her life that day, but she didn't. She left Sarah still breathing. By the time Ethan had heard of Sarah's death, it was too late to do anything. Why, Sarah? Why would you do this? Celine and Ethan got married soon after. But perhaps it was true that Celine could never replace what Ethan had in his heart for Sarah. It was me. What have you done?
Click on the subscribe button and check out more awesome videos on our channel. And don't forget to press the bell icon because you know it's interesting.